Chapter 5, Section 1 Review. Number 3. Determine whether each function is a linear or quadratic and identify the quadratic, linear, and constant terms. So number 3 looks like this. Y equals 3x times x minus 2. So we're going to distribute the 3. So y is going to be 3x squared minus 6x. It is a quadratic because it has an x squared term. Okay, so it is a quadratic. The quadratic term is 3x squared. The linear term is anything that has an x in it, so negative 6x, and the constant is none. So those are your answers. Number 5 is this. Y equals x minus 2 times x plus 5. Okay, so we're going to distribute. So x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. There's no more terms in the second grouping, so go to the second term of the first grouping. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Some like terms, so I'm going to get x squared plus 3x minus 10. Again, just like we said before, since there's an x squared term, it is a quadratic. My quadratic term is just x squared. My linear term is 3x. And my constant is negative 10. Okay, number 8. Y equals x times 1 minus x minus, in parentheses, 1 minus x squared. So let's distribute. So this is going to be y equals, we're going to distribute the x. So it's going to be x minus x squared. Now we're going to have to distribute that negative sign. Minus 1 plus x squared. Some like terms, so the x squareds cancel. So it's just going to be y equals x minus 1. So since there is no x squared function, this is a linear function. Alright, so the quadratic term is none, hence it's linear. The linear term is just x, and the constant is negative 1. Okay, so review that if you have any questions. And let's move on to the last 2 questions of this one. Number 10, identify the vertex and the axis of symmetry. Okay, well, the vertex is the maximum or the minimum, so the minimum value is right there. So the vertex would be 0, comma, negative 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, negative 4. The axis of symmetry is always the x value of the vertex, which is 0. So it is x equals 0. And remember, the axis of symmetry is always a vertical line. It's always going to be x equals the x value of the vertex. All right, 13. For each parabola, identify points corresponding to P and Q. Okay, so first let's identify the vertex. The vertex looks like it's 3, 0. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 3. So point P is at 0, comma 9. So it's 3 units away from the axis of symmetry. So it'd be 6 units away from its prime point. So P prime would be 6, 9. All right, Q has a value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, comma 1. So it is 1 unit away from the axis of symmetry, so 2 units away from its corresponding point, Q prime. So again, P prime was 6, comma 9. Q prime would be 2 units away, so it would be 2, comma 1. Okay? All right, that is it for 5.1 review.